What's going on, guys? JFC here. We are back with the rankings videos. I've used every single winter wildcard player. My coin balance absolutely hates me, but you know what? It's for the content. I want to use all these players, help you guys out, kind of give you a player review of every single one without having to upload a ton of videos, right? And waste a lot of your guys' time. We've got the S tier, which is reserved for like the absolute best top meta players in the game. I only want to put a few in every promo because I want to save that for what I think is really the best players, the type that pros would maybe use, that kind of level. A minus right below that, meta cards that maybe aren't just quite the top tier. Okay being just solid cards. Not going to do a ton for you. They're also not going to hurt you that they're in there. We've got a new tier, which is the fun tier, which is like players that, you know, you can have fun using, but maybe they're not actually going to be that good. And then the final tier, straight Foda. So where do we begin? We begin with Alexandre Pato. Alexandre Pato is actually a pretty fun card to use. The 5-star skills really helps that. You'll notice a lot with a lot of these cards, they're actually going to be pretty fun to use because they're actually really good promo cards this promo. Finesse shot trait to go along with really solid in games with good shooting, solid pace. You might say the dribbling is actually a little underwhelming with only 87 dribbling, 83 ball control, 83 agility. That's actually not something I noticed too much in game, honestly. He feels pretty fast. I popped a hunter on him. I want to put him in like the fun tier because he's a lot of fun to use. His Pato and his 5-star skills. I probably put him at the top of okay. There's nothing about him that's really going to blow you away by any means or anything like that, but he is solid in game, especially for like the 13,000 coin price tag, right? Jack Butland. Now, Butland is a guy that he's 33k, 89 rated goalkeeper. I've used him and Nick Pope now because I really wanted to see who was better. If you guys don't remember, Jack Butland back in the day used to be an absolute FIFA god. So for Butland, I'm going to put him in okay just because I think literally all goalkeepers I'm going to put in okay, honestly. Almost none of them are too different for me. The only goalkeepers I've liked this year really are Thibaut Courtois, and I've liked Petr Cech a lot, actually. But other than that, not too much that have like really stood out to me. They all kind of play the same in game, apart from maybe the kicking stat and a few traits here and there. Jack Butland will go in okay. Giorgio Chiellini, cam card. This is interesting because I really wanted to see like if he got some jam, you know what I mean? I want to put him at cam in the 4-2-2 formation as the left cam because he's left-footed, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. And his traits here, you know, he's got the dives into tackles, team player, power header. Trying to see, you know, I was curious to see if he got a lot of jam considering he's also got a lot of physical. But I actually think at times it can be the opposite. Like, I don't know what it is about center backs that play like up top. I've never really noticed a really good center back card that's like, you know, we had the striker Ramos that one year. I didn't really think he was that good. I really thought it was fun though. I think Chiellini's going in fun tier because you might like him, but I honestly didn't like him that much. Like, he was fine, but nothing really stood out. You know what I mean? He doesn't really have shooting traits. He's got really good passing. 93 long shots is great too. You know, there are redeeming qualities about this card, and he's more fun than anything in my opinion. He's harder to link to. Tahith Chong is next. Chong has 99 shooting. I was really curious to see how I liked this card. 99 positioning, finishing, shot power, long shots, volleys. I mean, it's all 99. And the nice thing is you can just kind of put a catalyst on him or maybe an engine if you want to get his dribbling up as well. You don't have to worry about shooting in any way. I will say I never played this card on full chem. I could not get him on full chem in championship in Netherlands. I could not get him on full chem. So that could have affected this, but Chong finished things well. Other than that, he did absolutely nothing for me. He's only going to go back of okay simply because he has 99 shooting. His composure being 76, I think, hinders that a lot, honestly. 77 reactions as well. He finished a lot of one-on-ones, but there could not be anybody near him or anything like that, or otherwise he was not finishing it. Other than that, you know, his physicals aren't really there. There's not much to like about this card too much, but just because he has 99 shooting, he kind of has to go in okay for me, honestly. Santa Claus is next, and okay, this is probably gonna be my first hot take of the video. I was using this card at right back and I was like, oh, he's fine. You know, Klaus has kind of that body type in game that makes him really good. I was like, oh, he's fine. Then I played against him. One of my losses this week in FUT Champs had him at DM in the same formation I did. I was like, all right, I'm gonna play him there. And you know what? At DM with a shadow on him, getting the interceptions to 85. The pace is almost max. The passing is literally 99. With solid dribbling and 97 stamina, high work rates, Klaus is going into the A- tier. And he's a free card, so I gotta appreciate EA for that. I really liked Klaus, I'm not gonna lie. Like 5 games at CDM for me, and I was like, damn, this is like Kanté. This is literally Kanté. We'll talk about in a sec. Kevin De Bruyne is next. Kevin De Bruyne going for 1.1 million coins right now. He's got the 99 physical, crazy shooting stats. The dribbling with 79 agility allows him to get lengthy, so I think that's kind of like the reason they made his agility lower. Passing is great. It's just the pace is the only thing, and like maybe the interceptions interceptions as well. Kevin De Bruyne in-game is always great. He's got like a really nice body type. He always feels better than his stats have suggested. Like Team of the Year De Bruyne's one of my favorite cards every single year when he gets Team of the Year. De Bruyne for me is going to go into A- in front of Klaus, not in S tier, because he's just not quite fast enough for me. 77 pace is solid, and with lengthy, plus like a hunter or something like that, this card is really good. I just think it's just not quite in the S tier because of the fact he has 85 pace. Unfortunately, as like much as I don't want it to be, pace is important. Again, in the top levels of FIFA this year, it wasn't too much at the start. So if you don't rely on pace too much and you're not finishing 17, 18 wins in weekend league, like De Bruyne's gonna be amazing for you. And even then you can still use him for sure. Rodrigo De Paul is next at SBC actually. So at 91,000 coins. I think it's probably kind of fair for what De Paul's worth, honestly. 4-star, 4-star. High, medium work rates. I wish he had high. I think he'd be a little better if he had high work rates. Solid card for me all around. I think if you're looking for Atletico links and like Argentina links, you know, if you got the Showdown Correa or something like that, solid card for sure, as like strictly a center mid, but nothing more than that for me. Honestly, I kind of want to put him in like top of okay. Nothing super standoutish about this card, but he's not bad by any means, so I kind of want to put De Paul in the top of okay. If you guys don't want to deal with the hassle of trading, you can go to utnice.com. They are a cheap, fast, and reliable site to buy or sell FIFA coins for PS5, Xbox, or PC. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a discount. Just make sure you follow the couple of instructions that they have and you'll be good to go. Ousmane Dembélé, the rat himself, is next. He's coming in at 630k right now. And Dembélé with the 5-star. If you're familiar with the channel, you know that I love Ousmane Dembélé in FIFA. Not that that's like a shock to anybody, because obviously he's great in FIFA. But the fact that I can give this card, you know, a Deadeye, shot power 99, finishing 88, the short passing goes to 98, dribbling you don't even need to up at all. Dembélé, just like his inform, I was using his inform and still am. I used him for some of this weekend league even when I wasn't using this card. Dembélé is going to go in the S tier, and the reason being is because for whatever reason he just dribbles so well in this year's FIFA, because obviously the dribbling is a lot different this year. If you look at traits, he has speed dribbler. Okay, keep this in mind. Speed dribbler trait, I know it says CPU AI, right? We don't even think about that because obviously I don't think that affects absolutely just the CPU AI. I think there's no way that's the case. I was sitting here thinking recently, I was like a Christian Pulisic, because I was like, why do I like this card? I can never figure out why I like this card. Like, he's got 92 dribbling, which is great, but like other cards have this good of dribbling and they don't feel like I liked it quite as much. He has speed dribbler trait, and I'm starting to think that speed dribbler trait is actually a really, really good trait in the game. And maybe it is just CPU AI, and maybe it's just in my head, but I swear those traits are not just in my head. After playing thousands of FIFA games, I find it hard to believe. So Ousmane Dembélé, he's going in the S tier. He belongs there for sure. João Félix is the next player. Félix is, what's he coming in at? 723,000 coins. I feel like João Félix always has a little bit more added hype in FIFA. His price is never really like quite indicative of what the card actually is. It's always more expensive because it's João Félix. He's very popular. And I will say this is probably one of my favorite João Félix cards I've used so far in really any FIFA. I'm going to put him in the top of A-2 next to Kevin De Bruyne. I think Félix with the, they gave him the outside foot shot trait. I'm not sure he has that in his normal card. He might, but that definitely helps him a lot. With 90 composure as well, that's a very important stat in my opinion. I think it's one of the better João Félix cards I've used. Just pop a hunter on him, get him like basically max pace with 92 finishing to go along with his great dribbling, obviously 5-star skills. He has medium work rates, but I don't mind medium actually this year. So yeah, I think Félix, I don't think he's probably worth 716,000 coins though. I don't think so. Like, I was using Eric Cantona recently. I'd rather use Cantona than João Félix, and he's like 500k around there. So like there's cards that are around this price that I'd probably rather use, but João Félix is definitely like, he's a really good card. So you can't really go wrong if you want to use him. And Kanté is next. And Kanté hasn't really had a special card yet this year, right? I don't think so. No, he is not. Kanté's coming in at 812,000 coins. Kanté obviously in FIFA just has like, he's the engine, right? So it's got crazy high reactions, 94 interceptions, 98 stamina, 96 aggression. This Kanté card is basically exactly what you would expect. I don't think this Kanté this year is for me going to be in the S tier. I think Kanté this year is A-. Some years he's in like the S tier. He's like one of the best players in FIFA. This year I prefer just a little bit more physicality in terms of like just height and strength on my DMs. Like I like Yaya Toure better than Kanté this year, just in my opinion. And I think his weak foot can kind of just let him down sometimes. But Kanté's Kanté, like he's obviously fantastic in FIFA. Is he worth that price? I don't know. I think I'd just rather use Yaya or Marquisio, honestly. I think I would just like them better in like as a DM role or box-to-box midfielder role. Lukas Klostermann's next. Klostermann has as a center back with like a million pace, right? Every single promo card's always got high pace, and he always ends up kind of cheap. It's harder to link Klostermann because he's a Leipzig player. Bundesliga teams are usually a bit harder to come by. Same with like German links as well. Klostermann though always has like solid stats. Like his physicals aren't amazing with 84 strength, 80 aggression, 85 reactions, 80 composure is solid. Klostermann though definitely shines because he has like mad pace, right? That's definitely his biggest strong suit. With a shadow, it's up to 94 with 99 sprint speed. Klostermann for me is back of A-. He's not like, to me, he's just below that tier again of like the Virgil van Dijks, Lucios, Araujo's of the world, in my opinion. It's more of like a body type thing, in my opinion. Like center back body types mean so much more, I think, than their actual stats. I'll put Klostermann back of A-. Justin Kluivert is next, and Kluivert, you know, he's a fun card, kinda. You know, he doesn't feel bad in the ball. He's got 95 agility, 92 balance with the speed dribbler trait and outside foot shot trait. So two very good traits there for Kluivert. I think I voice cracked. But the problem with Kluivert is like he seemingly just, that's all he does. Like I put a hunter on him, gave him 99 pace, and the shooting's like pretty decent. It's not bad by any means. I want to say Kluivert is like back of okay, but I might put him in fodder just because there's so many cards that do what he does. Like he's not bad. There's at least that, but like there's so many cards in the game that do what Kluivert does that it's like it's hard to put him in anything higher than fodder, in my opinion. Ferland Mendy. Darren Randolph is next, a very random promo card. I guess it's not totally random because it's Rudolph, right? So they put the play on words there. 99 kicking on Darren Randolph. He has 5-star, which is kind of funny. 5-star weak foot for goalies is actually like kind of nice, but he's going in okay because he's a goalkeeper. So that's kind of the situation there. Renier, I've not used. So I'm not going to rank him because I could not be asked to get his objective card, even though it's pretty easy to get. If you've used him, let me know. He's the only card in this video I have not used, I believe here. Yeah, he's the only one I've not used. So if you've used him, let me know if you like him. Jadon Sancho is next. I'm actually surprised Sancho's not more expensive. I guess, you know, only 83 shooting, but like Sancho every year, I guess the hype's a little bit less because he's not playing as well in real life. But Sancho usually has like, is really expensive in game. The other finesse shot trait, which is always nice. 5-star skill is always nice. 4-star weak foot boost, which is cool. I've always thought Sancho's pretty good in FIFA. Nothing like too insane. And this card was kind of the same. Like the 5-star skills, we want to put him in the back of A-, in my opinion. He's not a card I think it's probably worth 355k. In my opinion, there's just a lot of cards that do what he does, even with the 5-star skills. I just think there's other cards out there that are around the same price, if not cheaper, that can probably do the same-ish thing that Jadon Sancho does. But he's a good card, in my opinion. I think you will like him if you use him, but he's not anything crazy special. Toljan is next, and this card surprised me. He's 14,000 coins. I wasn't expecting much, really, because of the fact that, you know, it's just a normal right back. His stats don't blow you away or anything like that. His defending, though, was really good. I liked his defending a lot, actually. With the shadow, he's got 95 interceptions with, like, almost max stand and slide tackle. I will say, though, the passing, not really ideal too much. Reaction 77 is meh. Toljan is a solid card, though. I actually kind of liked him for a Serie A right back. He's going to go like the middle of okay for me. Fikayo Tomori, this is another card that is just, it's just nuts. It's nuts in game. His inform was, I saw the pros using his inform, so I was like, okay, well, his inform's got to be good. Then started using that. It was amazing. This card is as good. It's just as good as the inform. He's going to the S tier. I think all three of these guys, you know, pros could be using them. Honestly, I do believe so. Tomori's sick. His body type is like a brick at the back all game. It makes no sense how good he is. Verde is next from the Serie A, coming in at 21,000 coins. 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot. Nothing too crazy. His dribbling, 95 agility, 98 balance. That was nice. Obviously, that 99 passing is pretty dang cool. Flare trait, technical dribbler to go along with it. The shooting is fine. Pace is fine as well. But with Verde and like other cards with 99 passing, to me, it like instantly makes him not fodder. Honestly, when you have a 99 stat, it's similar to Chong. Like his passing actually is crazy, and you notice it. You notice 99 passing a lot more, I think, this year, maybe last year, than you would really notice it in previous FIFAs. His passing is nuts. Like it's crazy. I wish I could like describe it. When you use him in game, if you have used him, you know what I mean. It's just like everything is how it's supposed to be. Everything is like exactly what you planned it to be, if that makes sense, when you pass the ball with him. Who is next? Toni Kroos. Speaking of great passers, Toni Kroos coming in at 275k. I'll tell you instantly right now, I don't think he's worth 275k. I don't think so. For me, he's like a midfielder that's in a 4-1-2-2 narrow. and a 4-1-2-2 narrow in the right or left center mid role. You know, medium work rates. Good card, fun card, right? Toni Kroos is obviously like, I love using Toni Kroos in FIFA whenever I can because Toni Kroos is so good in real life and FIFA's like always disrespected him. Wish he had a little bit higher strength with the 80 strength. As a DM, it's like a little short on the strength. 89 interceptions though is nice. Solid shooting. Pace is okay. I'm gonna put Toni Kroos in the back of A-. I do think though that he's probably not worth the price, like I said. There's other midfielders that are like, you know, a lot cheaper than this. I'd also be in like the A- tier if they were on the tier list. But I think Toni Kroos, solid card. And if you really want Toni Kroos in your team, like he is usable and he's Toni Kroos, right? So I can't blame you if you do him. I really can't blame you. Alexandre Lacazette is next. If you saw my video today, I packed this guy. He's extinct right now, 380k. I used his loan, so I was able to use him because I got him in like that daily upgrade SBC or whatever. I think is what I got that loan card in. And Lacazette, I said in my video today, he's very similar to Lautaro Martinez because he's got good physicals. He's only 5'9", but he's got that nice strength and aggression with solid dribbling, solid passing, solid shooting, solid pace. He's just really solid all around. I really enjoyed him. You know, this is Lautaro Martinez with 5-star skills basically. And you know why I like Lautaro in game? High work rates as well. I think Lacazette is very solid. I think he's gonna be worth probably the 380,000 coin price tag, right around there. He's going in the middle of A- for me. You can tell his promo is good when we literally have one card in fodder out of all these so far. Sure, you might disagree with me a little bit, but like still, that's really saying something. Dimitri Payet is next, a little Christmas hat Payet. He's an SBC as well, coming at 75k. I like this card a lot. I'm gonna tell you right now, Payet, I liked last year too in FIFA, if I remember correctly. I knew going into it, I probably liked this card because he has 91 strength. Like I figured I was gonna notice that because he's 5'9". It's kind of the height where you can notice strength a little bit. 4-star, high composure, solid shooting, solid passing. Everything's pretty good on Dimitri Payet. I think he's pretty good too. For 75k, he's not bad. I'm gonna put him in the back of A- as well. I think Payet is a very solid card. He finished better than I expected, honestly. I think it's because he has 93 shot power. Like he just seemed to just have wonderful shooting. And he's got outside foot shot trait and finesse shot trait, which like instantly helps with shooting a ton. But like Payet seemed to have such good shooting, and I didn't really expect it, to be honest. Mesut Özil's next. I'm gonna put him inside the fun tier right away. 5-star, solid SBC, and it's Mesut Özil, so it's just, you know, it's a fun card, but I think he's not that good, honestly. He's not that good. For a 5-star card, that instantly makes him okay, but like all things considered, I didn't think he was that good, but he's fun, okay? He's fun to use. I respect you if you use him. Mad respect. Gravenberch is next. Gravenberch coming in 120,000 coins. Gravenberch is the first player that I kind of thought I would like more than I did, really. He wasn't bad, but I figured I liked Gravenberch a lot last year. But for me, maybe I use him at DM, so maybe that's kind of not really his role. But he just felt okay. Just kind of the epitome of fine as your defensive midfielder, but nothing more than that, really. You know, he's 6'3", which you would think, you know, would really help with that, considering I like tall defensive midfielders, but I just kind of thought he was fine. That's kind of the perfect way to describe Gravenberch, was that he was fine. I'm going to put him in front of okay, kind of similar to De Paul, honestly. Didn't notice much of a difference between Gravenberch and De Paul. I really didn't notice that much of a difference. Hernani's next. Hernani, discard price player, 5-star skills, 3-star weak foot, speed dribbler trait, which instantly makes him feel like he's fucking rapid on the ball. I'll tell you right now, fine card. And I think I'm going to put him in the fun tier because Hernani, anybody with 5-star skills is like, they're automatically kind of fun to use. And his left foot he reminded me of Antony. That's who he reminded me of. There's a little bit taller version of Antony. His left foot was really nice, surprisingly, considering he only has 80 finishing. He's like the Liga NOS Antony. That's kind of exactly what he is. Last but not least, the Ismaily left back card. And honestly, this card was pretty good. 5'10", so he reminded me a lot of Cancelo, actually. Just not quite as good as him, but like similar in many ways. Passing is okay, 87 short pass. Defending is pretty nice, 89 interceptions, not bad. High, medium work rates, 84 strength is solid. Ismaily's actually a pretty decent card. I'll put him in front of okay, because I think there's some players that kind of do what he does, but at the same time, he is a pretty good card. So is there anything I'm going to change in this? I'm going to look right now. Let's see what we got. So S tier, Dembélé, Mendy, Tomori. I said nothing about Mendy, because nothing needs to be said. I'm going to put Mendy first, actually, then Tomori, then Dembélé. I just think these two are like literally going to be pro teams, so it's like they're just insane. De Bruyne, Kanté, Felix, Lacazette. I like that. Klostermann, Sancho, Kroos, Payet. I think I like that order, honestly. Something like that. Maybe I'll put Klostermann more towards the back and Kroos more towards the back, maybe. Klaus in front of Sancho. Klaus in front of Sancho. Okay, I think that's good. Okay tier. Let's put Gravenberch first. Paul, Toljan, Pato. I think this is about right. Maybe put Verde and Chong in the back. Butland and Randolph there. Let's put Pato up here. Give Pato some respect. Chiellini, Özil, Hernani there. And then our one fodder player of Justin Kluivert. So I'm sure you guys have some disagreements. Put in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Keep in mind, I only played 5 to 15 games, all these cards. So some cards need a little bit of getting used to. So if you've gotten used to some of them and you've used them for a long time and you like them a lot, please let me know down in the comments below. I love you all. I'll see you next video very, very soon. Peace.